You must placard a vehicle for a shipment of 500 gallons of gasoline under 49 CFR. True, okay. Any quantity over 1,001 pounds, which is approximately 119 gallons, requires placards under federal rules. Let's move on. Which hazard class is flammable liquids? Class 3. Class 3 covers liquids with a flash point below 60 degrees. Next up, how often must you inspect hazmat placards on your vehicle? Before each trip, a pre-trip check ensures all placards are legible and properly displayed. Onward. What color is the corrosive placard background? White, black. Corrosive placards have a black symbol on a white background. Keep it going. Proper shipping papers for hazmat must be readily accessible in the driver's possession. They can't be locked away. They must be on hand whenever you drive. Take a look at this. The non-flammable gas placard number is 2. Non-flammable gas. Each class has its assigned number for quick identification. Here's another. You may drive a placarded vehicle through a tunnel if tunnel rules allow hazmat passage. Always check tunnel restrictions before entry. Let's move on. Which document lists emergency response information for hazmat? Emergency Response Guidebook. The ERG provides initial response guidance for spills or exposures. Next up, what color border do explosives placards have? Orange explosive placards feature an orange background with a black symbol. Onward. Poison inhalation hazard placards are what color? White with skull and crossbones. This color scheme warns of toxic inhalation risks. Keep it going. Before loading hazmat, the driver must inspect the vehicle, placards, and securement. A full check prevents leaks, shifting loads, or missing placards. Take a look at this. How many placards are required on a 4-sided trailer? 4, 1 each side and front rear. Placards must be visible from every direction of approach. Here's another. Which of these items requires a radioactive placard? A package with 50 microcuries of a radioactive material. Small quantities under 50 are exempt. Larger require Class 7 placards. Let's move on. The oxidizer hazard class is Class 5. 1 oxidizers support combustion and have their own placard class. Next up, you discover a leak in a hazmat load. You must notify dispatch and follow emergency procedures. Immediate action and proper response ensure safety and compliance. Onward. For a mixed load of corrosives and flammables, you must placard for the more hazardous class. The dominant hazard determines the required placard. Keep it going. When must you use PPE when handling hazmat? Always, as specified by the SDS. The safety data sheet details required protective gear for each material. Take a look at this. Which placard goes with Class 6 poisons? White with skull and crossbones. Class 6 poisons use the familiar black-on-white hazard symbol. Here's another. You may use dummy placards for training. Yes, only off public roads. Real placards are required on public highways. Training placards stay off-road. Let's move on. The dangerous when wet. Placard number is 4, 3 class 4. 3 indicates substances that react dangerously with water. Next up, you are exempt from placarding when carrying. Small quantities below exemption limits, low quantity shipments under the table, small quantity exceptions need no placards. Onward, which type of fire extinguisher is required in the cab? Dry chemical rated for A, B, and C. This multi-purpose extinguisher handles most roadside and hazmat fires. Keep it going. You must report hazmat incidents to GEMA HS and Georgia Motor Carrier Compliance. State and federal authorities need notification of any release. Take a look at this. Organic peroxide placards are yellow with flame symbol and 5.2 class 5.2 placards warn of self-reactive organic peroxides. Here's another. When ending your trip, you must remove or cover all hazmat placards. Empty or non-hazmat loads must not display active placards. Let's move on. The primary purpose of the SDS is to provide health and safety information. Safety data sheets detail hazards, handling, and first aid measures. Next up, the Class 1 placard indicates mass explosion hazard. Class 1 is the highest explosive hazard level. Onward, how close can you park to a public gathering with hazmat? at least 300 feet. Regulations require a buffer zone between hazmat vehicles and crowds. Keep it going. Shipping papers for hazmat must include UNNA identification number. This code matches the material to the proper regulations and placards. Take a look at this. The Class 8 hazard class covers corrosive substances. Class 8 placards warn of acids and caustics. Here's another. What does the PG2 on a hazmat label mean? Packing Group 2, medium danger. Packing Groups 1, 2, and 3 indicate high, medium, and low hazard levels. Let's move on. You must placard a vehicle carrying 100 pounds of oxidizers. True oxidizers over 1,001 pounds require placards under federal rules. Next up, when transferring hazmat at a customer site, you must have proper coupling and grounding. Grounding and bonding prevent static spark ignition during transfer. Onward. Radioactive material placards use the hazard class. Class 7 is reserved for radioactive materials and waste. Keep it going. How often must the driver review emergency response procedures? Annually, drivers receive initial and then biennial training, including annual review of ERG procedures. Take a look at this. The Class 4-1 placard indicates flammable solids. Class 4-1 covers solids that ignite easily under standard conditions. Here's another. If in doubt about placarding, you should placard for the highest hazard present. Always err on the side of caution by displaying the most severe requirement. Let's move on. What training is required for hazmat drivers? Initial and biennial refresher training. Drivers must complete a refresher every 2 years to maintain certification. Next up, danger zone on an ERG indicates high-risk area around a spill. The ERG map zones risk levels to guide safe approach distances. Onward, during a leak response, you should first consult the ERG for protective actions. The ERG provides immediate guidance on evacuation and PPE.